Okay, hello everyone. So a bit of an impromptu video tonight I'm filming, but I really wanted to do. I did this last year. I did an autumn essentials video. Autumn is my favourite season, like, ever. It's so fun. I'm such like a basic white girl when it comes to autumn. I love like the pumpkin spice. I love the whole like dark academia like aesthetics or whatever. I love the fashion. More importantly, autumn, once you get over in the UK, usually we have like a little September heat wave, which kills me because it's September comes and I'm in the mood for it. I'm like, I want to get dark, I want to get mysterious, I want to get autumnal, and then it gets really hot for a couple of weeks and it's like, no, why didn't you do this in the summer? Why are you doing this to me now? And I hate it and I loathe it. I loathe when the weather does that. The one time I want it to be cold and dark and rainy. It doesn't do that, but that's England for you and that's the English weather. But anyways, where was I going with that? Yeah, I love the season. I love what you can do with the fashion. It's that bridge between hot and cold where like it makes dressing so much easier because like you don't have to worry about being too hot or too cold. You get those like nice mediums. But anyways, there is so much in terms of books and music and other such things that just get me in the mood. And this year, these are my autumn essentials that I have collected. They are different to last year's. I have clothes, I have perfumes, I have some books, I've got some music things, and we're gonna get into it. So the first things first is every year Yankee Candle puts out around late August. It was a bit early this year, it was mid-August, but every year Yankee Candle puts out these perfect pumpkin spice scented candles, and they are the greatest thing ever. They get me right in the mood for the latte season. Also, speaking of pumpkin spice lattes, Starbucks suck. They don't do the good ones. If you're in the UK and you want to know where the good pumpkin spice lattes are at, it's Greg's. I don't know what they do in those shops, but like, I remember when I was still in sixth form, every Thursday morning my classes were later, so I would get the bus in to college, and on my way I would always stop every Thursday morning to get that pumpkin spice latte, and it didn't drain my bank account because they were only like £1.90. That's the thing with going to university in September, is they have a lot of student like universities have Starbucks on campus, but their prices are outrageous. I was looking at them and then it's like £4 for a medium latte. I can't pay that weekly. I refuse to pay that weekly. So I'm gonna have to track down a Greg's near where I'm staying. I'm gonna have to find one. If I have to get a train, I don't care. I'm getting that pumpkin spice latte. I don't care. Anyways, no, I'm joking. If it does come down to the Starbucks being the only option, it'll have to be a bit of a treat every couple weeks until December. It'll have to be a treat. No, but this smells just like the lattes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording and I'm going to go and put it on behind me there, because that's the only, actually, no, that's the only stable place where I can put it. So I'm going to go and light it, and the lighting's going to look really nice once I've done that. As you can see, there is a really big glare coming off of that candle now, but there we go. It has made the lighting look really nice as well, so we've got that going in the back. I would light it on camera because I know some people really like lighter noises, but I have like assessed my room and there is nowhere where I could film and do that safely. Obviously I don't want to burn my house down, so we just have to make some sacrifices. So the next thing I want to discuss is the music, the soundtrack. Now last year I did this through some CDs. but I have a more expansive list this time. So I have a little notebook. Fun fact, this is actually where I keep any video ideas or notes. If you see me holding this during a video and reading out of it, this notebook is where I keep any channel related notes. So Lana Del Rey is obviously an essential for music all year round for me, but she has two specific albums that I just like think are very autumny. I think Chemtrails Over the Country Club is quite autumny, and Blue Banisters is especially very autumn-like, I think. Obviously Taylor Swift's Red. I'm so excited that I can now listen to the original version of Red without feeling guilty, because some of those original recordings, those are the recordings I grew up with. My earliest memories of music are of Red in 1989 and those original albums. So the original recordings just have such a like nostalgic, like childhood flair for me. Obviously Ethel Cain. I have not listened to her new album yet and I'm terrified to do so, but I will get round to it, probably when the season hits. And then there is Grimes. I love her. There's also, I cannot remember who did that song, but if you've ever watched Sofia Coppola's adaptation of the Virgin Suicides, there's a song in the soundtrack called Playground Love, and that is very autumny to me, that. So I love that. And then there is Ashley Sienna, who weirdly enough I only find myself listening to Ashley Sienna in the autumn. I don't know why, because her music doesn't sound particularly autumny, but for some reason I find myself only wanting to listen to her in the autumn. I don't know why, but those are. And then obviously there's like Girl in Reds, We Fell in Love in October. There's Ghosts, Mary on a Cross. They just feel like autumn when you put those songs on. I'm gonna have to make a playlist, but yeah, there's those. So I'll get into books next. I have quite a few books. These are all the books. So we'll go from the bottom up. I read this in autumn last year. This is Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar, an absolute classic. This is completely mesmerizing. It's accessible, but it's also like, if I say accessible, I mean like it's, when I say like it's a classic, it's not one of those ones where you have no idea what's going on. You can follow it, but it's not overly simple. It's just, it's a really, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a really good book. Plath has a way of being very, like, ahead of her time in a way that I think relates to us now more than ever. I will say that. I think I only really associate this book with the autumn because I read it for the first time in the autumn. But anyways, so this next one I have been meaning to read for ages and ages and ages. I think I did an autumn like to be read list last year. I did a video on that, and this book was literally on my to be read list last year, and I still have not got around to it, and I'm pledging myself to read it this autumn. It has been sort of dubbed on TikTok and online and everywhere as sort of like the unofficial autumn book. So obviously, you know me, I've got to get some poetry in there, and it's another one by my girl Sylvia Plath. I've had this book for a while. I've read some of the poems here and there, and I haven't read all of them though, so this book is so beautiful as well. I think autumn is a season, like, is the poetry season in my opinion. And then of course I have, this is something I've been meaning to read for ages, and this copy is so pretty as well. I got this for my birthday actually. But it is A Picture of Dorian Gray by none other than Oscar Wilde. This, along the same vein as The Secret History, has also been dubbed like an autumn book. So But what better than this season to read it? I've heard a lot about it and I'm actually very excited to get around to reading it. It's making some very nice ASMR noises. Oh, ain't that nice? I love these Penguin Classic editions because they're just like ASMR books. These really are like ASMR editions of books. So the next thing I have isn't really a book, but I thought I'd show you this journal that I bought. It's got a little pumpkin on it and I'm going to use it when I go to university. For what? I don't know. It might become a personal writing journal. It might become for notes in class. I know like most people do take notes online, so I don't know if I'll actually need like a notebook. I'm sure I will at some point. Like I'm sure there'll be points I'll need to like write things down, but I don't know if like I'm gonna, I don't know. We will see. We will see when we get there. But it's so cute and it's like, oh, I love notebooks that have like these velvet covers. And it's got a little pen holder, which I love. It's got a string, it's got a pen holder. It's a nice notebook. And it's got a really nice line spacing on it, so I'm quite excited about that. So the next thing I will talk about are the perfumes. So I've just spoken about this at length, but this is Lakeland Fragrances Poetry. I got this in the Lake District, and I'm obsessed with it. It really is not my usual scent, which is what's so like surprising to me about this. It is just not my typical scent. It's a very earthy, it's a very woody, like warm scent, and I'm typically gourmand, floral kind of vibes. The one thing of like one scents I can't stand are like spiced or coffee scents. I can't do them. I tried the other day, it was the espresso, like the Mi Espresso Sabrina Carpenter scent. It smelled like pea. I was gonna order that one and I'm really glad I didn't now, because like I tried it and it actually smelled like pea. So yeah. But anyways, so I know obviously like you can't really find, this one's like local to the Lake District, so I'd say any sort of like woody scented perfume. And then the next one, speaking of Sabrina Carpenter, is actually the Cherry Baby. I have fallen in love with this scent. It smells like red wine and it has a really nice longevity to the point where it's not an evasive scent. It's not, it makes some really nice noises as well. It's not an evasive scent, but it's present, but it's not evasive. One half is plastic and one half is glass, which makes it a really nice ASMR-y bottle. Ain't that something? Ain't that nice? I'm like discovering things here. Anyways. I'm trying to get like much more like ASMR-y in my styles. I know I'm doing a lot of like, I think I get excited when I talk sometimes and I veer off that soft-spoken path. Like I'm never gonna be the whispering mouth sounds, repeating words type of ASMR artist, just because like that's not my style. But I'm trying to do more like calming, triggering kind of things. I don't know why we've got all that going on, but anyways, side rant over. So those two scents are probably going to be my main girls. I probably won't be using too much of poetry just because I know unless I somehow end up in the Lake District again, which I don't think is gonna happen for another manner of years. Really, I am booked and busy for the next couple of years. Thanks to university, I am booked and busy. I do want to travel maybe when I'm out of university. Probably there's a lot of places in the UK and Europe that I really want to go to, so I don't think I'll do a proper gap year. But I've never been to Ireland, and it's like right over there. I've never been to Scotland. you know, there's so many places just even within the United Kingdom I haven't been yet. So I think once I'm done with uni, I'll probably travel, go somewhere else, you know, and do that for a while. But we will see. Anyways, tangents. Lots of tangents is what I'm getting tonight. So the next thing I actually bought the other day, and how cute is this little Hello Kitty bag? It's a tote bag, and it's got like the kitty and orange with the little pumpkin, and there's a mushroom and a sunflower, a little pumpkin pie and some coffee, and it is just the sweetest little bag. It's so cute. I saw this and I had to. I could not. It's like they had loads of like autumn themed Hello Kitty stuff out on display. It was in the Range actually where I got this, and it was like, did they know I was coming? Did they know? Like, I'm trying to save my money at the moment and you'll put this stuff out. So I did end up getting the bag, but it's very cute. So the next thing, in my last video I actually spoke about I have like a train driver hat, a beige train driver hat, and I said I wanted to get a burgundy one. This is not quite a train driver hat, but look at how cute. It's like made of this really nice velvety material, and it's got this gold band on the top. I am absolutely in love with this thing. I've worn it so many times, and I only got it a couple of weeks ago actually. But it's just so pretty. It's very like, you know, she's a writer in a New York cafe and she's mysterious. That's kind of what it's giving me. So I absolutely love this. I'm not a huge hat person, but I love these styles of hats. I absolutely love them. These like caps, they're so stylish and they're so chic, and I love them, and they are perfect for the season. So speaking on the dark academia sort of aesthetic, I have this bag which I think I got for Christmas last year from my mother, but it's got all these little books on it, and I'm absolutely obsessed actually with it. All these books on it. It's got Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven, it's got Oscar Wilde, it's got Shakespeare and Jane Austen, and all these different like classic books, and it's so like autumn dark academia, if you will, like sort of vibe, and I'm so obsessed with it. It's such like a nice quality material as well. I love these like bags with books on. You get them in quite a few places now, but I'm obsessed with them. And this one is just a like over the shoulder one. I love me an over the shoulder clutch. That is typically what I go for bag wise. So the next and final item I have is this jacket. She's quite long. She's very dark academia, you know. I spoke about it in my Get Ready With Me, the influencer, Kellen Beckett, but she makes some really amazing autumn themed fashion content. Her page is really the place to be in autumn, and she's got a jacket like that, which I actually bought this jacket specifically for my mum's graduation last year, and it's just so autumny, and it's very like, she's a writer, it's like the autumn, like you might catch me wearing this come autumn maybe, but I love it. I think it's so simple and it's so chic, and it's very like of the season. So that's everything. But I think I'm going to start doing this yearly. I think this is going to be a tradition, but these are the 2025 autumn essentials. I think this is going to be a tradition now. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. This is going to be a I'm gonna upload twice this week because I have a perfume collection video all done and ready for Saturday. I just felt like popping in and saying hi. So I have that video coming, And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all on Saturday for the next video. Bye!